I want to have a look at how to revolve complex shapes, such as the ones that are shown here, that are combined to make a ring, like so. Okay. I'm going to start off with a new sketch, new Part Studio, right? Blank area. I'm going to work on the front work plane. Okay. I'm going to put a new sketch on that. I'm going to use the Inscribed Polygon tool here to draw my first shape. Okay, so click on that, and I'm going to try and make sure that it's in line with the origin, but not starting at the origin, about that far away from it, and then drag out a shape. Okay, and I want to try and get it to be as closely horizontal as I can. Okay, like so. And we're going to keep it at 6 sides. Remember, if you scroll your mouse to the left or right, it will increase or decrease the number of sides, but we want a hexagon, so we just want 6 sides. That'll do nicely. Okay, I'm going to use my dimension tool to find out the height of it. So I'm going to go from the top edge of the hexagon to the bottom edge there, and that gives me a height there. I'm going to set this at 30. Okay, so we should have a hexagon of a height of 30. We could do a face side, but I wanted to actually do the actual overall height of it there. And we'll also dimension from the origin to the center of the hexagon as well. Okay, and we'll set that at 60. Okay, 60 from there. Okay, so 30 and 60. Move those out of the way there. It's nice and clear. And it's 6 sides. Whilst that's still live, I'm going to take my line drawing tool and my construction tool and just draw a pivot point here, an axis point line here, which is going to go from the origin, just following, going upwards as a vertical line there. Doesn't matter about the length, that's fine. Okay, so next we're going to go to our Revolve tool. In the past we've revolved by drawing a spline and then revolving around. We're going to use this shape here to revolve. So that's already selected, face of sketch 1. And the revolve axes I'm going to pick is the construction line that I drew first of all there. Okay. Now that will give us a nice torus going around that's drawn. Okay, but, and this is quite good if you want to do a donut type shape, to draw it this way. But I don't want it to be a full shape. I only want it to be 90 degrees. So I'm going to click on here and go to one direction and change the angle of this to only 90 degrees. Okay, at the minute it's going to redraw, it's going to do a 30 degree part, but we only want this to be 90 degrees, and then press return, and then green tick that, and there we have a 90 degree shape. I could take the arrow here and I could actually drag that to get it to change further by doing it that way, but I want this to be exactly 90 degrees, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so we've got a new shape here, a quarter of a hexagon revolved around there, which is fine. So I'm going to now draw onto this shape here. Actually, I'm going to draw on this one here, this one. So I'm going to grab that surface, and I'm going to put a new sketch on that surface. And whilst that's there, I'm going to also right-click and go View Normal to Sketch Plane, like so. I'm then going to get my my Offset tool, which is this one here, Offset, and I'm going to click on that shape. So now I have an offset that's come in 5 millimeters. Now I could change this, but 5 millimeters is okay. For the moment, we'll actually no. Perhaps we will just take that down to 3, maybe. No, we'll leave it at 5. Leave it at 5. That's fine. Okay. Right. So that's created me an offset there, which gives me a new shape that's drawn on there. Okay. And whilst that's still live, I'll take my line drawing tool and my construction line and just draw another vertical axis line there as well. It doesn't matter on the length. That's fine. Okay. Grab my Revolve tool. Yeah, that's the shape I'm going to be revolving. The axes I'm going to pick is the construction line that I drew earlier, and I have a new torus that's been created there. But again, I don't want it to be a full one. I only want it to go in one direction, and I only want it to be for 90 degrees. Bingo. There we go. Okay. Second to last one, I'm going to grab this surface here again. Put a new sketch on that surface, right click and go View to Normal Plane, so I'm looking straight at that surface there. I'm going to grab my offset tool and click on the center of that shape there. So now I've got an offset. Now that thinks it wants to go outside the shape, but we want it to go inside. So reverse the direction there. Okay. And there we have it there. We could change the size of it, but yeah, I'm going to make it a little bit. I'm going to make it about 4, I think, roughly 4. There we go, 4. That'll do. Okay. And we'll take a line drawing tool with a construction line on it. So line and construction, and just take that from the center and put a new axis up there for us. Okay. And then we're going to take our Revolve tool. We're going to use that shape for our face, and we're going to revolve the axes on that construction line there, and that gives us another torus coming round. Okay, and again we're going to change the direction, or let's put it to one direction rather, and only 90 degrees. Okay, so another quarter of our shape done. Brilliant. Okay, so let's click on the last shape here. Put a sketch on that. Right click and view to normal or to plane. Okay, there. This time we're going to grab our offset tool again, click on the shape. That wants to come in 5mm by default. That's a little bit too small, so I'm going to just take this up a little bit, say to about 4mm. Yes, that'll do nicely there. Okay. And again, we're going to put our axes on there, so that's starting from the origin. So line drawing tool, construction line from this point going up vertically. Okay, there, that'll do. Escape to finish it off. Grab my Revolve tool, grab the axes, which is this line here. There we go. And again, we want this to be a one direction, and it needs to be 90 degrees. Okay, again. Okay. Now, what you might find is that it may give turn red if it's not sure. So you may have to say that it's merging with all for it to work for this. Okay, that's happy there. Okay, green tick that, and there we have our complete torus with reducing revolves going around. Okay, be quite cool to see that done. Thank you.